He's having an issue with a particular pass. I think he's kind of combining the two passes in a way. But I'm going to show you the way that I use these two passes back and forth to effectively confuse my opponent and pass his guard. So, initially, what I want to do, especially with the guy that I know wants to dig out an X guard and play a deep half guard, I need to make sure that I secure this position first. So the easiest way for me to secure it is coming straight down here and locking this position down. And I'll generally, it's hard to get a real good shoulder pressure here from the half guard because he can work to extend me, especially a long guy like Chuck, he can work to extend my legs. And it's hard for me to really get perpendicular here. But what I will be doing is driving my shoulder down. I try to get over his chin so that I can turn his chin. And I'll generally turn in and just start working. I'm going to be a little bit nicer to Chuck here, but I'm working right here. Now, what like a lot of people want to do with this pass is they work this pass and try to bring the leg up into this side. It becomes difficult to do. What I never want to do is allow this to get under. This was, I think, the issue, or you're having the issue the other way.
The right arm is coming a little bit too high when I'm passing it by.
Yeah. What I'll typically do with this pass right here, if I'm passing on with this, my pass is I'm switching to the lat so that instead of using this to generate my pressure, I'm going to feed this up and take the lat to generate my pressure. This sucks for Chuck because I'm using this and it gives me a free hand to use here. This is when I'm going to turn in and start working my passes down here. And I'm going to be keeping the shoulder pressure as I work to open them up. And when I'm ready here, the pass is actually happening to the inside of his leg, this way. I'm actually not going to go to the knee inside pass here because what I'm actually doing, this pass works because of the shoulder pressure here. And in order to get this knee from this angle to this angle, I need to pop up. What that does is it takes all the pressure off Chuck. Watch his face here. He's hating life. He loves life for a second, and it's too hard for me to get back down. Once I'm here, I can't really do the same thing there. So the way I use these passes back and forth is I set this real nice and tight. If I'm working this pass, I find he's real hard to deal with here. All I'm doing here is from this position, bring the leg up, switch the head, and go into this pass here. If I'm having a lot of trouble with this, I'll switch the head back, hip down, back to the lat, start working this side again.
So with the first one, you're never like locking down.
No, with the head inside pass, the cut pass, I'm not locking down. If I'm switching to this, I'm feeding this nice and high here, getting my head to the inside, and I'm not locking down. Here, my pressure comes from trapping this. We were just talking about this where if this elbow comes down, he's getting in front of my face. If he can bring the elbow down. As long as I can work his elbow up, he can't come and block my face. Because this is what's going to typically stop this pass. Other than we're going to talk about some of this leg work that's stopping the pass. But this is going to put like a kink in my pass where I have to really get down and work that arm. I won't even have to deal with this issue if I drive this arm high, keep that elbow high. Now if he tries to get inside there, I'm really blocking that arm from doing that. As I drive, and I can start working up for this pass here.
What's your right arm doing in the midst of, after you get that, his outside elbow, his outside arm high?
So you're talking from here.
This
I
time,
switch
you're doing
it.
that, yeah, with the cut.
As the elbow is going high, the cut pass, I'm initially addressing the leg. I'm not so much worried about this because my leg is so far back in here that I can't worry about this yet. I'm worried about getting my leg in. So what I'm going to do is my arm is shooting down, and as I tripod up, I'm just blocking here. Once my knee is high enough up that I've beaten his leg, see how right now I've beaten him to the inside? My knee can do the job that my arm is doing. So I'm replacing the job of my arm with my knee. Now he's still working that hip. This is when I'm going to start working the arm here as I start to lower out to the outside. But I can't take this away. It's like an assembly line. If I take one person out of line, everything's getting screwed up. So if I try to go from here, I'm doing a good job. Now I switch to the arm before I get that knee through. He's just going to be keeping that guard. It's going to make it very tough for me to get in there. So now I have to go back to work with the arm. Make sure that I'm beating the leg. Once the leg is beat, replace that job with that and switch up here and start coming out.